So E3 2012 is come and gone. And with that being said, the press conference that Nintendo gave was alright. Some people actually don't like it, in fact, hate on it. Now, some people just hating because they're haters, but then you got other people who actually have questions that can be answered by simple business logic, or simple logic in general, such as, hey, I do notice that we have a Pikmin and a Mario, and that's nice, but where are the Zeldas? Where are the Metroids? Well, you can answer that by two questions. Number one, it was actually Sony who went out there and posted a whole bunch of games and put them all out there in 1 year. And what happened? Well, the developers didn't get the sales, and the games didn't get the sales that it could have gotten. It actually lost a lot of sales, especially, and that was a stupid idea to do to begin with, especially in a business where used games are, in fact, very well known. And that's pretty much what happened. Because of the fact that they kept putting the games out in succession like that, the used game market got really big really fast because of Sony. Good job, Sony. And then you also have the fact that Miyamoto is actually the creator of Zelda, and he's actually working on 2 other games right now. So if you leave a message, I'm sure he'll get back to you after he finished living his life, sleeping like a normal human being, going to work, spending time with his family. He kind of has his plate full right now. Give him a second, he'll get back to you shortly. That being said, though, I want to go ahead and address the current reason why I'm making this video, and that's because of Gamestop. Gamestop has actually posted their games at $100, their Wii U games, if you will, at $100 per pop. Now, I find that funny, seeing that all the other companies out there, as far as I've seen, has posted their games at only $59.99. Now, Amazon posted at $59.99 with the exception of one game, but at the same time, all these games are actually posted by Amazon and not Nintendo. But then you got to go ahead over to the Best Buy. Best Buy, in fact, posted all their games at $59.99 as well. Now, why, in fact, would GameStop do this? Well, it is known that you have to put placeholders when you're doing the whole pre-order thing, right? But here's the situation. Why $100? That doesn't make any sense, especially since other times you did not go $100 with all the other previous consoles. Connect, for example, you posted the placeholder at $59.99. You also posted the placeholder for the PlayStation 3. I think it was $59.99. I could have been wrong. It could have been like $10 lower. But I think it was $59.99. And then you also posted the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 placeholders before it was out at $59.99 as well. So why exactly would you go ahead and post this at $100? That makes no sense. Or maybe it does. Could it be that either Microsoft or Sony actually went ahead and paid off GameStop to go ahead and post these games at $100? Now, first of all, before we get into that, let's ask why. What reasoning? But what kind of effect would this have? Well, the effect that it already has had. You got gamers out there who don't know any better, reading articles because you got these companies out, these articles, these game spots or IGNs or things like that. They see it. They say, hey, $100. Now, we know it's not real, but let's go ahead and post it anyway. So they go ahead and post it anyway, For whatever reason they posted. Now, they know it's not real. I know it's not real, but they posted anyway. Okay. Then you got the fools out there who actually will go ahead and read that and run with it. Oh my God, it's got to be $100. It's got to be true. Because it makes totally no sense, so it must be true. And that's what happens. Fools will sit there and follow things because they need to, especially the haters. The haters instantly jumped on and started making videos. Instantly. I saw like 4 or 5 videos as soon as I saw that article. Hey, wow, this is dumb. It can't be true. Jumped on YouTube. Blah, 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 blah. What the hell? But let's keep on going. So it's definitely having an effect. Now, do I believe that anyone's dumb enough to believe it? No. Thank goodness these haters pretty much just went out there, and the only people who are actually believing this are the people who weren't going to buy Wii U's to begin with. The people who are pretty much already haters all as well. So, here's the thing. But would GameStop actually go ahead and do something like this? Well, let me ask you something. Do you see GameStop as a wholesome company? I gotta say no. By no means have I ever seen them as this 100% wholesome, beautiful company that, thrives off the family, and all that. Hell no. They thrive off the family's blood, maybe, but definitely is not looking out for the family. I mean, all their used games profits go directly to GameStop. It does not go back to the developer. Never went back to the developers. No, they keep those profits for themselves. In fact, as an ex-employee who used to work for GameStop, I will tell you directly that GameStop, they told me that what I need to do is I need to make sure I upsell the used games way before I even go ahead and upsell the new games, because of the fact that the used games makes more money for GameStop. They have told me that. You know, word from word, they have told me that. So I know for a fact that they're out for themselves. Not that any company would not be out for themselves, but you get the idea. So then, what about Sony and Microsoft? Are they dirty enough to do something like this? Well, let's look at Microsoft. Like, seriously, do I need to continue? I'm sure I don't even need to continue. I'm good. You actually want me to respond? Okay, I'll respond. Well, let's put it this way. Microsoft has, in fact, gone ahead and done a lot of things. They've copied other people's, other people's work. They've done a lot of different things there. Latest thing is that they knew that they had went ahead and stepped on the patent from Motorola, and yet did it anyway. They knew they were doing it and did it anyway. That's kind of dirty, man. Why not give the creator its respect he deserved and the payment that he deserved for making the creation to begin with? Oh no, we're going to go ahead and just do that. So now because they did that, the Xbox is in trouble of no longer being sold in the US. I think that actually passed as a fail now, because I think it didn't work out for Motorola, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I actually haven't looked it up recently. But Microsoft's tally sheet, if you will, for dirty schemes is pretty much a good long list. Now, let's take a stop for a second and take a look at Sony. Well, Sony has done a lot of dirty things too. They've done a lot of dirty things, such as, going ahead and creating, how to put this, letting PlayStation Network get hacked and don't tell anyone for a whole damn 3 days. Or how about the fact that they actually had a rootkit, I would call it a virus, if you will, installed on your computer without you knowing. Back in the day when CDs were extremely popular. Both of these companies are known for doing dirty tactics. Remember, Microsoft has also been vocal about wanting to buy Nintendo, about 2 or 3 or maybe 4 years ago. Then you also have, Nintendo basically shit in their faces. They was like, hell to the no! I'm not selling to an American company. I laughed. American, but I laughed. Then you also have to look at Sony. Sony has been extremely vocal about how they want to throw stones at Nintendo at every chance they get. From the very beginning, they were throwing stones at the whole Wii U controller. Oh, it's just a fad. It's just a fad. And then Microsoft was like, hey, Wii 60, But then, at the same time, it was, in fact, Sony who was saying, oh, no, it's a fad. And then they turned around and created the PlayStation Move. Then you also have many other things that Sony has done pretty much in terms of throwing stones, including last E3, 2011, if you will, how Nintendo went ahead and announced the new system, and then Sony went ahead and said everything that you can do on the Wii U, you can actually do on the PlayStation Vita. Sony, they barely told us what you can do on the Wii U, so how would you know that? Honestly, they didn't. They just wanted to throw stones. The hits just keep coming. What do you guys think? In my opinion, it is definitely a strong possibility that one of these companies, maybe both of the companies, maybe one of these companies, would actually have done this. Hey, Nintendo is known for pretty much mowing the landscape of that which is the gaming industry. Sure, Seventh was right about Nintendo not creating the genres, but at the same time, it's kind of irrelevant, seeing the fact that it was Nintendo who molded the genres to what they are today. This day and age, you will find games that have more in common with have more in common with what Nintendo brought to the table than what the games that Seventh Level said brought to the table. And that's just facts. So the question of the day is this: what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Sony or Microsoft could have gone ahead and actually paid off GameStop to go ahead and actually post these games at $100? It's the only explanation that I can come up with, but I'm looking for other explanations as well. You guys have a good night.